It's an all-out war in the financial industry. Shots are being fired from all sides, most notably between the one-hit wonder Michael Burry, Techno King Elon Musk, and Aunt Cathie. Who will come out victorious? Burry believes that it's the end of Tesla and ARK Invest, and he's even put his balls on the line once again. Burry dropped a controversial tweet about Tesla claiming that it's like the housing bubble, which would eventually pop, and added that investors should enjoy it while it lasts. But it looks like the tables are turning. Recent events have shown Burry's growing interest in these two. He had gambled away part of his portfolio against the Techno King Tesla and investment genius Aunt Cathie. Burry doesn't seem to walk his talk because his actions are making more noise than his words. Will Michael Burry finally get it right this time? Or will Elon Musk punk him and take his lunch money again? Hello and welcome to Wealth Gambit. In this video, we will be going over the Tesla, ARK Invest, and Scion Capital love triangle. We are not financial advisors and this is not financial advice, so we strongly advise you to do your own research and subscribe to be updated to our weekly content. Burry, who is famously remembered as the guy in the 2015 film The Big Short, which highlighted the collapse of the housing bubble from 2007 to 2008 in the US, predicted by quite a few people including Burry himself. His character was portrayed by Christian Bale. His bold remarks that the housing market would collapse in 2005 had earned him the credibility as a market psychic after it eventually came into fruition years after. Driven by his unfailing belief, he created a default swap allowing him to sell the security stock at a market price and later on buy them back again at a lower price. And this made him millions. Scion made $750 million in profits, and he had made around $100 million for himself. Burry may have found the golden pot at the end of the rainbow in the past, but that doesn't guarantee his credibility in predicting the future market. Burry is now once again gaining his reign in the business industry, but this time around for his notorious market predictions on his Twitter account and deleting them when the odds are not in his favor. Burry's putting himself back in the spotlight with his Twitter fingers, tweeting outlandish claims about Tesla and ARK Invest. Here are some of his tweets. One reads, "So, at Elon Musk, yes, I'm short Tesla, but some free advice for a good guy. Seriously, issue 25 to 50% of your shares at the current ridiculous price. That's not dilution. You'd be cementing permanence in untold optionality. If there are buyers, sell that #Tesla souffle." Burry admitted betting against Tesla, putting $530 million short position at stake, waiting for the right time to strike the iron. He would even go further by supporting SpaceX #1 rival, Rocket Lab.
Who?
Oh, you haven't heard of Rocket Lab? Neither have we. Just like Team Rocket, Elon Musk will send Michael Burry blasting off at the speed of light again. Michael Burry secured 462,000 shares that were worth $5.5 million at the end of March in Vector's acquisition of Rocket Lab, which is also into rocket design and manufacture to carry satellites and cargoes to space. Rocket Lab would further upgrade their game by developing reusable and crewed, competing Elon Musk's mission of sustainability. Michael Burry is now in the billionaire rocket competition between Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Richard Branson. The mighty hands of time aren't siding Burry's way. While he had been bearish with Tesla stocks continued to rally from 526% to 700% in the following months. After the failed prediction, he threw another shot on Tesla in the first month of this year, tweeting that it would collapse like the housing bubble. But Tesla, unfazed with his bearish predictions, continued to fly high, even making Techno King one of the richest men in the world. Elon isn't too quiet about this issue. Rather, he made fun of shorts in his Twitter account. Here are some of his shady posts. Burry is even bold enough to include Bitcoin in his market predictions. In March this year, Burry tweeted that Bitcoin is a speculative bubble that poses more risk than opportunities. A month after his tweet, Bitcoin was valued at an all-time high of $64,000, giving him a tremendous beating, causing him to delete one of his predictions on his Twitter account. How many spankings can one man take before deleting Twitter altogether? His advisors in the business prophecy department might have told him there's plenty of room for mistakes, but they forgot to tell him multiple mistakes would cause him to lose his faithful believers and billions of dollars in the long run. We've heard of this profitable investing strategy out there where you look at everything that Michael Burry tweets, then you do the exact opposite. 10 out of 10 works every time, except for the big short call. We'll give you that one, Burry. Burry soon after deleted his Twitter account last April before his failed predictions boiled down as one of the most epic prophecies in the history of the business. It seems like Burry decided he's taken enough L's and deleted his Twitter account before he lost all credibility. Scion has made huge changes in its portfolio in the last quarter. It has exited 18 out of 31 and added only 9 new holdings. Only 3 of Burry's holdings survived the first 6 months of 2021. Core Civic, SunCoke Energy, and his calls on Kraft Heinz. Who would have known that ketchup is the one thing to keep Michael Burry afloat? Meanwhile, Cathie Wood fired back at Burry's prediction over ARK Invest in her recent tweets, arguing that the equity market is likely to reward disruptive innovation strategies once again as headlines of inflation breaks and fears of recession increase. Here are some of her tweets. Cathie is known for being bold on what company she believes in. interviews, tweets, and she's got 1 million followers who got her back. One of her core strategies is focusing on disruptors, and she seeks to be different from what the others are blabbing about. And yeah, it's the bears who ought to believe that inflation is going to take place for a long time. Unlike Burry, Cathie seemed to walk her talk despite the Rona hitting the globe last year. ARK Investment still managed to sustain an annual total return of 150% in 2020, thanks to the company's favorable position in technology-based companies such as Zoom and Coinbase. ARK now manages nearly $22 billion, up from $9 billion last October 2020.
Disruptive innovation is characterized by controversy and volatility. And so we know we're going to get opportunities to buy stocks. We lie in wait for those opportunities. Many people think of, because of what we do, disruptive innovation, that we're momentum driven. Absolutely not. We lie in wait. So if you just take Tesla alone, 2018, you're right, the roller coaster. If you take away the performance of the stock, which was up last year, just take that away and just look at what happened, what we delivered in alpha because of our trading around controversy. We delivered 175 basis points just from Tesla. And we get opportunities like that throughout the portfolio.
A lot of retail investors who were previously her allies went behind her back and took its chance on gambling on the ETF's fate. What a very tough year for Aunt Cathie, but we're sure that the drama has a long way to go. No, it's not yet the time for closing credits, especially when we can't forget how 2018 Cathie accurately predicted way beyond the future of Tesla this year. Even the Oracle of Omaha, Grandpa Buffett, the OG of investments with billions of dollars in his name and over 70 years of experience, doesn't even make predictions about the future of the stock market because he believes that it's impossible for anyone to really predict the future, let alone the exact time something will happen.
I don't really know what will happen in the year ahead. I can tell you what's happening now, but we don't spend any time forecasting our business. We don't have a budget for that. Some of our companies do themselves, but we are not in the business of trying to predict what's going to happen next year. We just play the hand as well as we can as the year goes by.
As Aunt Cathie said, in a world driven by disruption, make sure you're on the right side of change. Will Michael Burry take back-to-back L's? If that's the case, then he should just call himself Michael Burry Musk and call Elon his daddy for the rest of eternity. How much money can one man lose before cutting his losses and saying enough is enough? What are your guys' thoughts? Who will win this war? Comment down below and don't forget to subscribe and hit post notifications to be updated. Until next time, peace.